Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. This is Ms. Radha Asif, your mathematics teacher from Assam Public Academy, Campus 5. So, what were we discussing in our last class? Chapter number 4, Algebraic Sentences. Remember? I hope you all have completed uh, the last week classworks and homeworks as well, with proper indices, right? So students, today we are going to start inequations and their solutions. So let's begin with the inequation definition. What is inequation? Mathematical sentence with symbol of inequality like less than or greater than, they are called inequation. I'm repeating my words. Mathematical sentences with symbol of inequality. Inequality means either less than, here is a sign of less than, or here is a sign of greater than. Okay, less than or greater than, they are called inequation. Okay, what is called an inequation? Mathematical sentences with the symbol of inequality, they are called inequations. For example, x is less than 3. X is less than 3. So this sentence contain the less than symbol, that means it's an inequation. Now, how can you find the values of x when they are less than 3? So here the variable x can have the following values: 2, 1, 0, minus 1, minus 2, and so on, and so on, right? Meet Arham, don't do this, please. Okay, so kindly concentrate on the lecture, avoid making lines on the my slides. Okay, so here variable x can have the following values: 2, 1, 0, minus 1, and minus 2. Why? Because it's an inequation. X is less than 3. X having values which are less than 3. Less than 3 means, what is the meaning of less than 3, Aisha? Less than 3 means 2, 1, 0, minus, and we don't know the exact value of x. So we can say that x, when x is less than 3, the values are 2, 1, 0, minus 1, minus 2, and so on, right? This is called the inequation. For example, if x is greater than 3, okay, here you can see that greater than sign is used between x and 3. X is greater than 3 means here the variable x can have the following values. Kya values ho jayengi when x is greater than 3? Okay, the values which are bigger than 3. Okay, the number which is bigger than 3 is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and so on. So these are the values. This is a solution of x. Getting my point? So these are the example of inequation. Now, before discussing their solutions, what we are discussing here, inequations and their solution. Before starting their solution, let me explain some properties of inequation. Property number 1, additive property of inequation. What is the additive property of inequation? For example, students, if x minus 6 is greater than 5, if x minus 6 is greater than 5, so additive property says that if we have to find the value of x here, this minus 6 is this 6 is subtracting from x, and we only want x over here. Okay, why? Because we want these type of question, we want to find the value, we want the solution set of x. So here this 6 is subtracting from x. So what we can do, we can add 6 on both sides. Okay, this is the additive property of inequation, that here if we are adding one quantity here on the left hand side, the same quantity is going to be added on the right hand side. Okay, if we are adding 6 here, we have to add 6 on the right hand side as well. Okay, this is called the additive property of inequation. And why we are adding 6? Because when we add 6, minus 6 list, minus 6 and plus 6 will be cancelled, and here we get greater than x is greater than 11. X is greater than 11. Are you getting my point? X is greater than 11. That means x containing the values which are greater than 11 means 12, 13, 14, and so on. Is it clear? Now, next property is similar, like just additive property, subtractive property of an equation. Students, now for example, x plus 6 minus is greater than 5. Okay, the question in this question, what is given? In this question, students, plus 6 is given. So what we can do, we can subtract 6 from both sides. So this property is called, what is this property called? This property is called the subtractive property of inequation. When we are subtracting 6 from both sides, when we are subtracting, okay, when we are subtracting 6 from both side of an equation, and equivalent inequation will be obtained. What will we get here? What will we get, students? When we subtract here 6 on both sides, we get x is greater than minus 1. Okay, x is greater than minus 1. Is it clear? Now the third property, student, here is multiplicative property. Now when here x upon 6 is greater than 5, and we want the value of x only, we can multiply 6 on both sides. This is called the multiplicative property. By applying this property, the 6 and 6 will be cancelled. We get x is greater than 6 5s are 30. X is greater than 30. Okay. Fourth one is division property. Why we are applying division? Because here 6 is multiplying with x. So we are dividing 6 on both sides. So the 6 will be cancelled on the left hand side, and on the right hand side we get 6 ones are 6, 6 twos are 12. So x is greater than, x is very good. X is greater than 2. Who's solving with me here? Sheros, very good. Okay, so here these properties are clear to you. When x minus 6 is there, we have to apply additive property. When x plus 6 is there, we have to apply subtractive property. When the number is dividing from the variable, we have to apply the multiplicative. And when the number is multiplying with variable, we have to apply the division property. Is it clear? Okay, so let's start with the question. Find the solution set of. Students, we have completed exercise 4.3. Now we are going to start exercise 4.4 together. So in exercise 4.4, let's discuss the question. Find the solution set of. We have to find the solution set of. The question is x minus 3 is less than 2. X minus 3 is less than 2. Thank you so much, Sharos. Thank you so much, Bete. Now what we have to do in this question, what we have to do, bete, here this 3 is subtracting from x. So what will be the step number 1? What will be the step number 1? What will be the step? Abdullah, Ishtaq, Abir, what will be the step number 1, bete? When x minus 3 is there, what we have to do, we have to add 3 on both sides. So step number 1 is by adding 3 on both sides, we get. Okay, by adding 3 on both sides, first we have to write the question. Then by adding, we have to write down this line that by adding 3 on both sides, we get what? We get here. First, tell me one thing, that when there is a question of inequality, we have to make this sign, this symbol is used when inequations are there. Okay, when we are solving inequations, we can use here this symbol. Okay, There's no need to make equal to sign because these are the question of inequality. So we have to make the sign. How can we make the sign? Equal to and like this. Is it clear? Okay. So here we get by adding 3 on both sides, what we have to do? Plus 3, and here plus 3. By adding 3 on both sides, we can see what we can see here. What we can see, this minus 3 and plus 3 will be cancelled. Okay, Arif? So we get x is less than 5. Less than 5. Less than 5 means x value is less than 5. What is the meaning of less than 5? Less than 5 means 4, 3, 2, and so on. 4, 3, 2, and so on. Okay, so how can we show our answer? We can write x is less than 5. Hence, the solution set x. We cannot write that x is equal to 4, 3. We have to properly mention the answer because in the question it is given that find the solution set of. Okay, so here we can mention the answer properly, that hence the solution set. Hence the solution set here in this question variable is x, so we have to mention x over here. For example, if y is there, okay, if y is mentioned over here, so Vanya, we will mention hence the solution set y. Okay, we have to mention the variable which is given in the question. That's it. So x is less than 5 means curly bracket open, because it's a solution set, and we know that case sets must be enclosed within the curly bracket. So we get 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, minus 1, minus 2, and so on, curly bracket close. Is it clear? This question is clear, my dear? Say yes or no in the chat box. Okay, so moving on to the next question. A plus 7, a plus 7 is less than 8. A plus 7 is less than 8. Now what we have to do? What we have to do? First, copy down the question. Now, now what we have to do? Varis, what we have to do, bete? Here, a plus 7 is there. Very good. By subtracting 7 on both sides, we get. By subtracting 7 on both sides, first we have to make the symbol which is used in the inequation questions, right? So here we get a plus 7, and by subtracting 7 on both side, we get on the both side minus 7, right? So minus 7 and plus 7 will be cancelled, and we get a is less than 1. A is less than 1. What will be the solution set for a? Student, what will be the solution? I want the answer from you. I want the answer from you. Then when a is less than 1, what will be the answer? Can you please share the answer in the chat box? Ola is saying 0. Ola, only 0? Solution set. Very good. 0, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, and so on. Excellent. So here we get the answer. Solution set A. Beta, if the variable is x, we have to mention x. If the variable is a, we have to mention a. So we get 0, 1, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, and so on, curly bracket. Beta, if you will not mention the curly bracket, uh, your answer will be incomplete, because it's a set and the set must be enclosed within the curly braces. Is it clear? A is less than 1 means 0, minus 1, and minus 2. Now the next question, b minus 2 is greater than minus 6. So here in the participants, I want one student to unmute. I want one student to please raise your hand, so that raise your hand. Okay, here. Okay, Sheros, unmute yourself, bete.
Yes, miss.
Yes, bete. Now, in this question number 3, what we have to do? First, we have to copy down the question. Then, what we have to
Yes,
do,
yes.
bete?
Miss, copy plus 2 on both sides.
Okay, by adding 2 on both
Both
sides.
sides.
Both side. Okay, by adding 2 on both side, what we will get here? We get here e
This
minus.
minus 2 and plus 2 will be cancelled. Minus 2
Okay,
and plus 2 will be cancelled.
and what will happen on the right hand side? Minus 6
This
plus 2.
minus into plus is equals to minus. So
Okay,
6 plus 2 6 plus 2 is equals to 4.
okay. Here the negative number is greater, so the answer will be
Minus 2.
obviously
Minus 2.
negative. Very here, listen. Here the negative number is greater. Okay, negative number is greater. That means the answer will be in the negative. Okay, 6 minus 2 is 4. 6 minus
4.
2 is, listen,
4.
6 minus 2 is 4.
4.
Okay, and the negative number is greater, that means our answer will be in negative. Okay, for example, if the here the negative sign is with my is with 2, then 6 minus 2 is plus 4. Okay, Sheroz, this is clear or not?
Yes, miss. Yes, miss. It's clear.
Okay, now students. Okay, so students, this question is clear. Here we get minus 4. Why minus 4? Because here the minus sign is with 6. Okay, when the negative number is greater, answer will be negative. But minus 6 plus 2 is minus 4. 6 minus 2 is plus 4. Please remember this. Okay, now b is greater than minus 4 means b is greater than minus 4. Very good, Aisha. B, very good, Halima. Very good, Aisha. But here we get minus 4. B is greater than minus 4 means minus 3, minus 2, and so on. Is it clear? This simplification is clear. Any question? Any question, students? If there is any question, you can ask me. Let's start the questions together. Let's start the questions, Pete. So, Varis, here is the index on your screen. I want you all to make the index properly. Okay, Ali? Ali, Ali, this is the index for your algebra copy. Kindly make the index properly. I have given these question. I have selected these question. Exercise 4.4, which is on page number 75, question 146. Page number 75. Page number 75. Adam Zafar, you have mentioned the wrong name in the participants. You have written Anjum Zafar. Kindly make correction over there. Okay. Vanya, Taba, Nuseba. Done, bete. You all have noted down the index. Question 1, 4, and 6. So let's start with the classwork together. Let's start the classwork together, bete. First, we have to mention the date on the left corner. Write down exercise 4.4, question 1, 4, and 6, and write down the question. Find the solution set of. And here is the question number 1 on your screen. The question is x minus 6 is greater than 5. Okay? Yes. X minus 6 is greater than 5. This is a question on your screen. We have to do this work. Exactly, Ali. We have to do this question in algebra copy. Okay? But on Friday, I have given two lectures to you. One was of chapter number 13, quadrilateral. which was given only for the explanation. Some students were asking me that, Miss, we have to construct a square or not? But we have already constructed a square in physical classes. Okay, so on Friday you have completed some questions which were I have taken from exercise 4.3. Remember? Now I have started, today we have started together exercise 4.4. This is question 1 on your screen. I hope you all are completing this question. Okay, after completing this question, kindly raise your hand so that I can start the videos just after 2 minutes, and you have to share your solution of question 146. Okay, here two students are raising their hands, Sheroz and Amen. First, let me take your attendance. Okay, then we are going to start the videos, and today you all have to start the videos without any excuses, please. You all have to share your answers. If you are not having the camera, you have to share your answer in the chat box. Okay, Adan, have you completed the work? Fatma, Hania, Khurshid, I hope you all are completing your work. After completing question 1, kindly raise your hand. Okay, Sumaya, good. Taba, you have mentioned your name finally in the participants. Very good. Sada, Kusat Khuram, Sanya, Rumesa Sajad, you all have completed the work. You have all completed the question 1. Okay, so here Rida, Anamta, Sumaya, three students are raising their hands. Very good. So let's begin our videos. Let's start the videos. Students, is there any query, any question left? Yes, Aisha, this is the correct answer. So I want you all to start your videos now. Come on. So copy. Okay. So this is the copy of Sumaya. How are you, Sumaya? Fine. So this is question number 1. This is question number 1. X date is mentioned, exercise question is properly mentioned. Very good. X minus 6 is greater than 5. Very good. So by adding 6 on both sides, what will happen? Minus 6 and plus 6 will be cancelled. So we get 5 plus 6 on the right hand side. X is greater than 11. So solution set bete, here we have to mention, hence the solution set X is equals to. Okay, we have to mention two mistakes are there, Sumaya. We have to mention that solution set X, hence the solution set X is equals to. Very good. Curly bracket open 12, 13, 14, and so on. And one more thing, that when you are solving an equation, you have to make the sign of the symbol which is used for an equation. Okay, just make this symbol. Okay, so next copy is here of Anamta. Anamta is there. Very good, Anamta. Perfect, bete. Perfect. Shabash. Excellent. Next copy is of Anamta. Solve the next question quickly. Okay. Here the next copy is of Rida. Rida, x is greater than 11. Hence the solution set x. Bete, hence the solution set x is, there's no need to write is over there. X is equal to Acha, one thing. You have mentioned that 13, 14, 12, and so on. What is meant by this? That the solution set contains the number 13, 14, 12, and 10, 11, 10, and so on? No, it's not correct. Rida, it's not correct. It's not correct. Rida, let me tell you. Okay, let me tell you. Students, when x is greater than 11, okay, when x is greater than 11, then we can say that hence the solution set, hence the solution set x is equal to, here x is greater than 11. 11, the values which are, if the values which are greater than 11 means 11 से बड़ा number क्या है? 12, 13, 14, and so on. If we mention here, if we mention here 14, 13, 12, this is wrong. Okay, the value of x is greater than 11 means 12, 13, 14, and so on. Okay, if the value of x is greater than 14, then what we will write? 15, 16, 17, and so on. Is it clear? Is it clear? Rida, is it clear or not? Say yes or no in the chat box. So here Halima Tahir is there. Okay, Halima, very good. Now moving on to the next question, I want Jay Kumar to share the next answer with us. Jay Kumar, question number 4. Okay, question number 4 is correct. By adding 5 on both sides, we get x plus 5 minus 5 is cancelled. We get x is less than, but it's wrong. Jay Kumar, when x plus 5 is there, beta x plus 5 is less than minus 3. This 5 is adding. Listen. In this question, in this, no, x plus 5 is less than minus 3. We have to subtract 5 on both sides. We have to subtract. We have to subtract 5 on both sides. Let me show you the solution from Nuseba's copy. Nuseba, Aisha, show me your video. Aisha, please show me your video quickly. Jay Kumar, I want you to check out this solution properly. Jay, when x plus 5 is there, but if plus 5 is there with a variable, what we have to do? We have to subtract 5 from both sides. Subtract 5 from both sides. By subtracting 5 from both sides, Jay, this 5 will be cancelled, and on the right hand side, minus 3 and minus 5 will be there. So x is less than minus 8. X is less than minus 8. When x value is less than minus 8, then we get the solution set. Minus 8 से less values क्या होंगी? It's wrong, Aisha. Minus 8 से less values होंगी minus 9, minus 10, and minus 11, and so on. Aisha, make correction quickly. Aisha, make correction quickly. When the values when the values are here, students, when you get x is, listen, the question was x plus 5 is, x plus 5 is less than minus 3. So this plus 5, here this 5 is adding on both sides. So what will we do, students? Here x plus 5, we are subtracting 5 from both sides, right? We are subtracting 5 from both sides. This 5 will be cancelled. And don't forget to make this symbol over there. Okay, we have to make this symbol like equal to and like this, right? So this 5 is This plus 5 and minus 5 will be cancelled. We get x is less than minus 3 minus 5. What will what will be the answer, bete? If plus 3 plus 5 is plus 8, then minus 5 and minus 3 is minus 8. Okay, so Aisha, the solution set, hence the solution set x is equal to, what will be the answer? X having the values which are less than minus 8. The value which is less than minus 8, minus 8 से less than values कौन सी होगी? Minus 9. Minus 9 is smaller than minus 8. Okay, minus 9 is smaller than minus 8. Okay, so minus 9, minus 10, minus 11, and so on, like this. Is it clear? Is it clear? X is less than, x is less than minus 8. So we get solution set minus 9, minus 10, minus 11, and so on. For example, Aisha, if x is greater than minus 8, you are getting this, if you are getting this answer, if x is greater than minus 8, so what will be the answer? Minus 7, minus 6, minus 5, and so on. Okay, is it clear or not? Is it clear or not? Remember remember this, that whenever you are finding the answer, you can, how can you remember the answer, bete? 0 is in the center. Here 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on, right? And here when we are discussing, the negative numbers are there. When the negative values are there, we get the answer like this. Okay, when x value is greater than, when x value is greater than 1, greater than 1, we have to move towards right hand side. We have to move towards right hand side. So the solution set will be 2, 3, 4, and so on. Okay, when the answer is x is less than 1, when less than sign is there, when less than sign is there, we have to move towards the left hand side. We have to move towards the left hand side. So the answer will be 0, minus 1, minus 2, and so on. Is it clear now? Okay, when greater than sign is there, you can write down, you can just note down this important point. X is greater than 1. Okay, x values are greater than 1 means that here we have to move, this number line is there, you have to move towards the right hand side. When greater than sign is there, you have to move towards the right hand side. So you get 2, 3, 4, and so on. When less than sign is there, when x is less than 1, you have to move towards the left hand side. You have to move towards the left hand side. In the same way, students, if in this question I write x is greater than minus 1 and x is less than minus 1. Okay, x is greater than minus 1. So where is minus 1? Here is minus 1. So greater than minus 1 means we have to move, greater than means we have to move towards right hand side, right hand side. So the answer will be 0, 1, 2, and so on. Okay, we have to move towards the right hand side. The answer will be 0, 1, 2, and so on. Okay, is it clear? And when x is less than minus 1, we have to move here towards the left hand side. So we get minus 2, minus 3, and minus 4, so on. You can write down in the chat box that this is clear or not. This is clear or not? For example, student, you get the answer x is greater than 0. What will be the answer? 0 is here. 0 is here. We have to move, for the greater than sign is there. We have to move towards the right hand side. So answer will be 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. And when we are having x is less than 0, we have to move towards the, we have to move towards the left hand side. We have to move towards the left hand side. That means minus 1, minus 2, and so on. Now I want you to share your answer quickly. Quickly share your answer. So here is Asia's copy. Asia, okay, this is question number 6. Question number 6, answer is, we are, what we are doing, adding 2 on both side. Asia, again, Again, you are not using the inequation symbol over there. Bete, please mention the symbol here properly. Now, a is greater than minus 3. So we get minus 2, minus 1, 0, and so on. Very good. Now, next question. You all have completed the question. So here Zainab copy is there. Amna, this is clear or not? Okay, so there is Zainab's copy on the screen. Very good, Zainab. Zainab, here solution set A. Very good. Everything is proper. Halima, Abir, just look at the solution. Jaikumar, look at the solution. Very good, bete. Here everything is mentioned. The symbol is mentioned. Here solution set A is equals to minus 2, minus 1, and so on. Question 4. Zainab, show me question 4 quickly, bete. Question 4. Question 4. Minus 9, minus 10. Very good. That's perfect.